morning and welcome to Newsfirst Prime Time Sunrise.
A very good morning and welcome to Prime Time Sunrise, coming to you live from our Newsfirst Centre in Colombo. I'm Arundhati Mudannaika. First, a look at the stories making headlines this morning. The GMO says that the Badrulya hospital will be closed today as well. Sri Lankans living in South Sudan face no danger. Pakistan wins the third ODI against Sri Lanka. And now for the stories in detail. Two individuals were killed after they were trapped inside a mine in the Magamane area in Ratnapura. Now, according to the police, remains of the deceased mine workers were excavated early this morning. The victims have been identified as 39-year-old resident of Alapatha North in Angamana and 40-year-old resident of the Lellupitia area. The remains of the victims are now lying at the Ratnapura hospital. The post-mortem examinations will be held today. Health Minister Maithripala Sirisena says that the need for a social force with qualitative political force has now arisen. And the minister made this observation while addressing a function in Ruanvela, Avisavela yesterday.
78th anniversary of the Lanka Samsamaj Party and the 80th anniversary of the Suryama movement were held at the N.M. Pereira Commemorative Hall in Ruanvela yesterday under the auspices of Minister Maithripala Sirisena.
With the fall of the Soviet socialist camp, the world today is moving ahead of an imperialist political movement. We are in need of a society that bears strong, qualitative political views at present. A majority of those who enter politics at present are like broiled chicken. They have neither the quality nor taste.
Now, with the escalating conflict that has thrown South Sudan in turmoil, the Sri Lankan Bureau for Unemployment has stated that Sri Lankan migrant workers living in the country has not faced any danger as yet. Now, the media spokesperson of the SLFBE and Deputy Manager Mangala Randani noted that the Bureau is in constant contact with the Sri Lankan Embassy in Kenya in order to look into the safety and well-being of the migrant workers. He added that so far 45 Sri Lankans have called the embassy and have confirmed their safety in Sudan.
Sri Lankan migrant workers currently working in Sudan have not faced any danger as yet, and has been reported that they are living in safe conditions. However, measures have been taken by the Sri Lankan Embassy in Kenya to provide security measures for these Sri Lankans. And we have halted those who are travelling to Sudan for employment temporarily. At present, we have around 65 to 70 Sri Lankan migrant workers in Sudan.
On to one of our headline-making stories. The staff at the Badrulya Government Hospital has taken steps to temporarily shut down the operations at the hospital following death threats being made at the staff, including the medical officer in charge. Media spokesperson of the GMOA, Dr. Naveen D'Souza, says that due to the discussions that were held yesterday being unsuccessful, the hospital will remain closed today as well. And we contacted the media spokesperson of the GMOA, Dr. Naveen D'Souza, to know more about the latest situation in Badrulya. Good morning, Dr. Souza. Yes, could you tell us about the outcome of yesterday's talks, Doctor? Doctor, could you tell us about the outcome of yesterday's talks?
Yeah, actually the situation is that you need that the patient admitted to the Badrulya hospital and transferred to the General Hospital Kalutara. The patient died at the General Hospital Kalutara after 12 hours of the admission. On the same time, relatives of the patient threatened to the Badwali hospital staff, and then they decided to close the hospital due to the unsafe situation. So because of that, they scheduled to have a discussion on today, but with a urgent notice, we went to the Badwali temple to have a discussion to open the hospital. But unfortunately, during the discussion was going very positively. Some organized group threatened to the hospital staff and to the people who came to the discussion, especially to the doctors. So on that situation, we can't open the hospital because if there is no any settlement in the temple, we can't go beyond to the open the hospital and put our people to unsafe place. So
yes,
that
doctor.
was
Now,
happened in the yesterday discussion. So we decided to not to open the hospital till the further discussion in the GMO Exco and the stakeholders of the village.
right. Will there be any discussions today, and what are the plans to resolve the matter?
Actually, today we are having a discussion in our GMO Exco as an emergency Exco. After that, we will decide what we are going to do, because the reason is we have to protect our people while providing the services. As we are having the examples in the Badagiri and the Datiklo, we lost our 2 colleagues because of this type of situation. So if the villagers are asking us to withdraw from the station, we don't want to go and serve there by putting our people into the danger.
Right. Now, due to the closure of the hospital, many patients are greatly inconvenienced. What are your suggestions, or what are your plans to, on behalf of the patients who are inconvenienced as a result of the closures, doctor?
That's why, because of the patients, we went yesterday with a very short notice to the discussion, because we also want to open the hospital while providing the safety to the hospital staff and provide our services. But unfortunately, the people who are getting the treatment and the services from the hospital are threatening and doing that kind of stuff. We can't tolerate, because we first think about the safety of the hospital staff. Otherwise, it will be a mess.
Right. Thank you very much for joining us, Dr. Soisa. And meanwhile, the Health Minister of the Western Province, Jagat Angage, said that the GMO bringing in persons who are not suitable for discussions is a reason for the failure of yesterday's discussions.
The person who acted in an aggressive manner has asked for forgiveness from the Chief Medical Officer and the staff of the hospital for his aggressive behavior. We arrived at a decision to bring back the situation to normal. However, another problematic situation arose when a person who is not suitable to take part in discussions made a statement at the latter stage of the discussions. The person in question is now in police custody, and we hope to resolve the matter after discussing with this individual.
අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා ඉතිරි කය කීපය තුළද ඒ පිළිබඳව නැවත කතාබස් කරලා මේ වාස්තු විශ්ල ගන්න.
Also in local news, area residents have found a female elephant lying on the bank of the Uskala Simbalangamu tank in Galgamur.
According to our correspondent, this elephant is lying at this location since last morning. Area residents suspect that the elephant has fallen sick after consuming poison. Area residents have taken measures to inform the Migalava wildlife officer regarding this. However, our correspondent noted that though the wildlife officials had come to look into the state of the elephant, a veteran had not come to treat the elephant.
The Department of Meteorology forecast showers in some parts of the eastern coastal areas. Now we have duty meteorologist K.D. Sujiva bringing us the latest developments on the weather changes around the island.
A few showers will occur in the eastern coastal areas, and isolated thundershowers will develop in the Sabaragamu, southern and western provinces during the afternoon and night. I am K.D. Sujiva, duty forecaster.
And in sports news, Pakistan took a 2-1 lead in the 5-match one-day series in the United Arab Emirates with a 113-run victory over Sri Lanka in Sharjah yesterday.
That's better. That is gone.
An unbeaten 140 from Mohammad Hafiz guided Pakistan to a big total of 326 for the loss of 5 wickets in their 50 overs. Sri Lanka, which levelled the series with a 2-wicket win on Friday in Dubai, could only manage 213 runs all out in their reply. Hafiz's innings featured 11 boundaries and 3 sixes. It came off 136 balls and was the second century of the series after he made 122 in the opening game of the series in Sharjah. He shared a 160-run partnership with Ahmad Shehzad. Captain Misbah-ul-Haq with 40 of 26 balls and Umar Akmal, who made 23 of 12 balls, hit 4 sixers to support Hafiz in a late innings flurry. Tilakaratne Dilshan gave his side hope as he brought up his half-century of 55 balls, but the veteran opener departed for 59 when he tried to slug Shahid Afridi through the leg side, only to see his off-stump pegged back. At halfway, the required run rate was in excess of 8 per over, and despite contributions from Dinesh Chandimal 36 and captain Angelo Matthews, who scored 44 runs, Sri Lanka steadily lost wickets and were dismissed in the 45th over.
And hit it again. Once again, it's gone for a match-winning one. Another swing, and it's been taken.
That's gone up in the air. Chance for Shahid Afridi, and he takes a beautiful catch. What a catch!
Well, that's a look at Prime Time Sunrise for this Monday morning. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Arundhati Mudanayaka. Have a great day ahead of you.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.